I think there's some dark hose in downtown San Diego.
We love our dark hose.
We love our dark hose here in San Diego. Maybe a light. You always cheat on the head, so. Pop the hoe. Pop in the hoe. Pop in the hoe. First hole that's never squirted. Go find this beer, put it on your counter, and it'll move. Like the dark hose. Hi everyone.
I'm Janet.
I'm Jason.
We're
Gumbo Mud. We're here.
For a dark beer.
And today we have from
Mikkeller. We have
Beer Geek.
Beer Geek.
Beer Geek.
What's up, Geekers?
What's up, Geekers? We have Beer Geek Breakfast, which anything breakfast means a nice toasty, chocolatey breakfast stout. And
that's what that means to you.
Yes, breakfast stout. Like you like pastry stouts?
Yes.
Like pastry. A breakfast stout, which, you know, we've had pizza, pork, bacon, and eggs. That means breakfast. Everything that means breakfast, you get a coffee flavor to it because it's breakfast. So breakfast stout usually means there's a little more coffee to it, and even sweeter coffee. Like they add lactose and cream and things like that. That's more associate with coffee for breakfast.
I like it.
Yes.
Good to know, because I thought breakfast stout meant you pour that shit in your Wheaties.
No,
Okay.
exactly. Any kind of breakfast stout, almost like a pastry stout, means it's more coffee forward, which we like. Actually, a sweet coffee forward is some of our favorite beers. So
good to
know.
Mikkeller,
Beer Geek Breakfast. They make a ton of Beer Geek, just like L. Smith does Speedway Stout, and they do variations.
Yes.
Beer Geek has a ton of variations, which I love about Mikkeller, because they have Beer Geek Vanilla Shake and Beer Geek this, Beer
Geek dessert version.
Oh, so many different ones. So this is Beer Geek Breakfast. I think they even do a barrel-aged breakfast stout, but this is...
I think so too.
Yeah, this is the regular breakfast.
They do categorize this as an Imperial Oatmeal Stout.
Which again is breakfast. You have oatmeal for breakfast.
Absolutely.
So a lot of oats, a lot of coffee, grainy. Yeah, but it's more sweeter. It's almost like, you know, you get up at 7 in the morning, instead of coffee, you have a Beer Geek.
Why not?
Exactly.
Yes,
so
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a 7.5% ABV.
Which is low.
It is,
for Mikkeller?
I know.
This is low.
I actually thought it was an error, because this may be one of the lower percentages
for stouts that they do.
Out of Mikkeller.
Yeah, they usually don't do anything under 10. Everything's like 10, 12.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
So just a little history about the brewer. We have other Mikkeller beers that we have reviewed.
Love Mikkeller.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Mikkel.
Yes. Founded by our friend Mikkeller Brewing. He exports his micro brewed beer to 40 different countries.
He's everywhere.
He's internationally acclaimed, well known, one of the most innovative, cutting edge brewers out there.
Yeah.
And their headquarters are in Copenhagen, Denmark.
Yeah, he's so well known throughout the beer industry.
He's like a beer god.
Beer god. Collaborated with everyone, and then started opening his own breweries, and it's just exploded.
Yes.
So yeah, for this particular beer, Beer Geek Breakfast, they collaborated with Dark Hose Coffee. Oh, sorry, Dark Hose. There's a spelling error. Dark Horse. Okay, Dark Horse.
We love our dark hose.
We love our dark hose here in San Diego. No, Dark Horse. Dark Horse.
Dark Horse. It is
Coffee.
hard to say.
Dark Horse Coffee in Normal Heights here in San Diego, right off of Adams Avenue. Normal Heights. We love Normal Heights. We love going down there. Downtown San Diego. They have so many. North Park, Normal Heights. Like it's Little Italy. Like it's just crazy. But this is Dark Horse Coffee.
Yes.
Out of Normal Heights. I think there's some Dark Hose in downtown San Diego, but this is Dark Horse Coffee.
You're going to give Mikkeller a bad name. Mikkeller collaborated with Dark Horse, not the Dark Hose.
Yeah, Dark Horse Coffee, which we love dark beer, so we love Dark Hose.
We love all hoes.
We love all hoes, yeah. Exactly. So Dark Horse was actually founded in 2013, and they pride themselves on sourcing and trading beans directly from the farmers around the world, which a lot of coffee roasters here in San Diego do that, which I'm sure in a lot of other cities they do, but they go directly, especially being here in San Diego. We're so close to the Mexican border. It's easy to go down to Honduras, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Colombia, all these places that brew great coffee beans and have great coffee beans. I think we're very privileged here, and why the beer here is so good is they have a direct line, especially with a lot of traders in Mexico that get everything from Latin America, that we get all these great coffees here that all our breweries can brew with.
I think so too, and I think there's a lot of coffee roasters that are kind of under the radar, maybe not so like well known and out there, or really created a brand yet, but you know, they've got, you know, their secret recipe stashed away.
Exactly.
And you do the collaborations with these people for the first time, and
it's so good. Yeah. And I mean, and Dark Horse has 4 locations. 4 locations in San Diego. So even though most people have never heard of Dark Horse roasters, they have 4 different locations in San Diego. So please check them out. I've heard their coffee is great, and for Mikkeller to use their coffee, which Mikkeller is, if not the best brewer in the world, one of the best brewers in the world. So yeah, he's particular. He's
not going to partner with just any schmuck. So Dark Horse. It is hard to say. Dark Horse, you're doing.
How can you not collaborate with a Dark Hoe? No, Dark Horse has to be amazing.
Yes, it speaks volumes about Dark Horse and the coffee.
And having multiple locations and being in Normal Heights and being that close downtown San Diego, it's just great. So yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
So just a few descriptive flavors that you can expect from this beer.
From the description.
Yeah. You can get a bitter chocolate, a dark roasted coffee flavor, notes of dark fruit, chocolate-covered espresso beans, and of course, because it is the Imperial Oatmeal Stout, you're going to get that minor hint of grains.
Yeah. It's interesting anytime we have these beers and they put fruity in, and I don't really assimilate fruity with hose. No, I mean with coffee.
You don't like fruity hose?
Fruity hose? No, fruit and stouts I'm not crazy about, but I've had a lot of variations of Beer Geek.
Yes.
Which I love. So I want to say I've had the breakfast Beer Geek. It's been so long though that I don't remember, because they make so variations, and I love all the variations. Yes. So I can't wait to try this. If I had it in the past, I don't remember, but I can't wait to try it again. The fruitiness, I'm not crazy about when the description says fruitiness.
I know, but you can't form your opinion, because you have to leave an open mind.
Exactly.
And just, everybody's palate's different.
Yeah.
So, just take what you get.
Exactly. But the dark chocolate, the dark roasted coffees I really love.
Everything else sounds
and everything every time we have a breakfast stout, you usually get that kind of oatmeal dark roast coffee flavors, which I love. So I've always loved breakfast stouts. So ready to try it?
I'm ready.
Woo! I'm gonna let you pop this one.
Pop it, baby. Let's get popping.
Pop the hoe. No, I mean the Dark Horse. Pop in the hoe. Pop in the hoe. Oh, boy. Woo! Mikkeller always squirts. Oh, that one didn't.
Wow.
That's our first one that hasn't squirted.
Make notation. This is the first Mikkeller beer ever that's not just.
Not only the first Mikkeller beer, but it's the first hole that's never squirted. No, it's literally the first Mikkeller can.
What are you calling the hoe? The can or me?
The hoe. The hole in the can. It's a hole in the can. What do you think I'm talking about?
Oh, the hole.
Yeah, HOLE. What do you think I've been talking about this whole time?
I thought you said it's the first hoe that's
hole. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I don't know. I never know with you.
Ooh, that's a nice color.
Nice.
Ooh, that's nice. It's a extremely dark brown.
I always cheat. I can't help.
You start
I
Look
can't
how
help
dark
it.
that is. That's a really, really dark
It
brown.
is really dark.
Really dark. Yeah. One finger head,
Yeah,
which is
one finger.
normal 1 or 2 fingers for hose. No, I'm sorry. I mean for Mikkeller.
You're out of control.
I'm out of control. Sorry. Usually Mikkeller, yeah, you have 1 or 2 finger head. The bubbles look amazing. It's not moving.
It's not.
Look at that.
Yeah, the head is holding on.
The head is holding on.
It's definitely a lighter. It's a lighter colored head, but the beer is super dark.
Yeah.
Super dark.
And we've had really dark beers from Mikkeller. Even black beers that are just so dark they look amazing.
Yeah.
This is a very dark brown. It's super dark brown, which I like. I really like the color of this. When you were pouring it, it looked super. You couldn't really almost see through it, even though it was a brown. You couldn't really see through it. So
yeah, it's a little more. I don't know. It's
caramel head though.
It's brown bordering black, like as close as you can be.
The color, not the head. Yeah.
Yeah, between those two colors. I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna go brown. It's really dark.
Just when I saw you pouring it, you could see it was a dark brown, but it was close to being black.
Yeah, it looks super creamy, super thick.
Which Mikkellers always do.
They always do.
They look super creamy.
Yeah.
The lacing doesn't move. I mean, and it sticks to the glass. The carbonation always looks good. So appearance.
Yes, it looks great to me. Cannot wait to dive in.
Yeah.
It looks like a true 7.5. I think I said 10
Oh my
earlier,
God.
so.
Yeah, it looks like more than 7.5.
See, I'm used to Mikkellers and their higher percentage. So
Right.
it is a 7.5,
Yeah.
which it looks far beyond that.
Far
so
beyond that.
You got to go a 5.
Yeah,
on
me
this.
too. Me too. If you would have told me this was a 12%, I'd be like, yeah, it's 12%. Like for this to be a 7.5.
No.
Is crazy.
Yeah.
Like this looks thick. The lacing looks thick. The head
Yes.
looks thick.
Yeah.
We love thick head. No, it looks like a 12% and it's 7.5, which is insane.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So what do you give aroma? You already tried to
I
cheat.
barely did though.
You always cheat on the head. So. I mean aroma. Yeah. What's the aroma? I didn't smell anything when you cracked the can.
Yeah, nothing's really popping on the aroma.
Yeah. When you cracked the hole, I didn't smell anything.
Ew.
Ew, no.
Everything's kind of bitter.
Yeah.
Nothing sweet.
So bitter chocolate? It's the bitter chocolate?
It's a bitter chocolate, a bitter coffee, but nothing beyond that.
Not a big aroma.
No.
Yeah. Exactly. Bitter.
Yeah.
Bitter. Yeah, you don't get any chocolate, you get no coffee, which a breakfast stout, you always want to get coffee.
A little bit for me, but
Really?
yeah.
Well, maybe a light espresso.
Yes.
If that's what you want to get the coffee, but breakfast stouts, I want to get more coffee.
Definitely.
I love a coffee aroma, especially in a breakfast stout.
Yes, as
Which
do
I think you do, yeah. So yeah, I'm with you. I get bitterness. I don't get much else. So for aroma, what do you give it?
I'm gonna go with a 3.5.
Ooh, that's good. I'm giving it a 3.
It's it's kind of lacking in the aroma department. It's just nothing too prominent, nothing overpowering, nothing dominating. Just hard to kind of pick out what you're smelling.
I think you're correct in your first impression of it. It's the bitter chocolate and it's a bitter espresso. You just get bitter, which we like sweet. So I give it a 3, middle of the road. It doesn't smell bad, but it's not like what I expect from Dark Hose coffee. Oh, sorry, Dark Horse coffee. I can't say that. I can't get it right. But all I get is bitter. So I'm gonna give it a middle of the road. It doesn't smell bad, but it doesn't smell great for a breakfast stout. I want coffee. I want a little bit of oatmeal. Like I want that great grain flavor. So give it a try.
It doesn't smell like a Mikkeller beer.
It doesn't. And that could be the 7.5% instead of the 10 or 12. But what do you get? What are you getting for taste?
The taste is good.
Yeah. What are you getting?
It's still very bitter.
Is it?
It's light.
So it is
as thick as it looked.
It tastes like a 7.5.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty light to taste.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of that grainy taste.
Oatmeal. Yeah.
Bitter coffee.
Okay.
And that's about it. Nothing too sweet.
No? Huh.
Strong coffee aftertaste.
Nothing very pronounced, just a
strong coffee aftertaste. Right when you taste it initially, I didn't get that, but as I'm letting you have a taste, you're like...
Yeah, the coffee is very forward. Very forward. As soon as you taste it, you taste coffee. This is almost an espresso beer.
Yes.
Right? It's almost straight espresso because I get the bitterness at the end. Like we've talked before in some of our reviews, I've had espresso. I'm not an espresso person. I don't drink much coffee either, unless it's sweet, unless it's sweetened. But espresso is very bitter at the end. You get that very strong coffee flavor, and then it gets really bitter. Double espresso, triple espresso, it gets super bitter. That's what I'm getting. I get the coffee, which is great right when you taste it, but then middle to end, it's bitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I get that too. I definitely like the finish better than the aroma. And
the finish isn't bitter. I agree. The finish isn't bitter. It's very crisp. Right? It's a very crisp beer.
It is.
I can almost see this beer as it warms getting better. Right?
I think it's one of those for sure.
Yeah. It's 7.5. I would say it tastes like an 8 to me. It's right there. It doesn't, even though it looked like a 12 to us when we poured it, and the head and the lacing, it tastes like a 8% beer. So 7.5, I think they're right on with that. It's crisp. It's super crisp.
Yeah, it is.
The coffee is pronounced, and the bitterness almost is a little less than the aroma to me, because the aroma was very bitter to me. But now the taste, like you said, the finish, it gets bitter and then it dissipates and it's gone, which I like. So what do you give the taste?
I'm going to give the taste a 4.
Me too.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. I like it.
Yeah, it's better than the aroma.
Yes.
I like the finishing taste more so than the initial taste on my palate.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy the taste once it's had a chance to settle and to cling to your palate. I like it. The texture is it's actually pretty true to
7.5.
Yeah, it's light. Kind of watery, which you would expect from
it's
a 7.5.
Not bad though. It's not bad.
No.
Yeah.
Probably more body than most 7.5%ers.
I think so.
You can still get the lacing, which is nice.
Yeah, the lacing's great.
Carbonation, so. I could use a little more, but I think it's a 4 on texture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it a 4?
Nothing outstanding, but
yeah. I think for a 7.5, it's like a 7.5. The lacing's just sticking to the glass. It's not a 10 or 12, but it's like an 8, 7.5. So I'm with you. I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5 too.
Okay.
I think it's right there for perfect texture and body. It's surprising that it looks so much thicker when we were pouring it.
It does.
The lacing, the head looks really thick. But yet the body is 7.5, 8, which it's not surprising. Mikkeller's right on with the body and texture. So
yes.
So what about the finish?
On to the finish. I am going to give it a 4 on the finish. I like the finish more so than any other aspect of the beer. It gives you a nice coffee finish, which you don't get on the aroma. You don't get necessarily on the initial taste.
And it's not as bitter.
It's not as bitter, maybe because it's warming.
Yeah.
A lot of variables, I'm sure, go into beer making, much like baking. I know I bring up baking a lot, but if you're baking something and it's warm in your home that day, you're going to get a different result.
Yeah.
If you're supposed to soften butter for most recipes. If you soften it too much, you get a different result.
Yeah.
If your cookie sheet or pan is hot, let's say you're doing something that is multiple batches, you take your cookie sheet out and it's hot already and you put cookie dough onto a hot cookie sheet, it's a different result. So I'm feel like that I have had this before. I've had so many Mikkeller beers, you get lost in the mix.
We've had it there at Mikkeller too on draft.
I think so.
Yeah.
And it was a different outcome that I'm getting in the can version, which is why I'm referencing, different variables in the canning process. So who knows? Like I remember it being a little more likable for my palate, but I do like this. I just remember it being a little bit different. So again, I'm giving it a 4 overall on the finish.
Yeah, what a testimonial though to brewers, because I don't think a lot of people realize all the aspects that go into brewing, because it is a lot like baking, that temperatures, ingredients, all these things matter when you brew a batch of beer. And Mikkeller is constantly brewing batches all the time. Even the same beer, they'll brew a batch, and a month later, 2 months later, they'll brew a batch again, and it's winter or it's summer, or there's high humidity, or
it all
no
matters.
humidity.
It all matters. Definitely.
So that's what a lot of people I think don't understand. It's brewing is a lot like baking. So as far as the finish, I'm with you. I'm going to give it a 4. I like the way it finishes. The initial aroma was bitter, but it doesn't finish that way. It has this coffee finish to it.
Which I'm grateful for.
Which I like. I wish it was a little sweeter. If it was a little sweeter, I'd give it a 5.
Yes, I would love the sweetness too.
But
it would make it incredible.
Yeah, I'm not a bitter person, so it does have a little bitterness to it, but it's not overpowering bitterness. So I like the bitterness the way it ends. If it finished sweet, it would be a 5 for me, because I really like the way it finishes. So for a total, what did you give it, Janet?
My total is a 4.1 out of 5. I did enjoy this beer. Again, I have a little different recollection of having it on draft at Mikkeller.
If we did have that, there's so many variations. I can't remember which Beer Geek we had.
I'm pretty certain that we did, but I could be off. Either way, this particular can is a 4.1 for me. I have many Mikkeller beers that I love, so I know what they're capable of, and this one just falls a little under the radar.
Still, a 4.1 is still good.
No, it is great.
A 5,
it is great.
And Mikkeller's one of our favorite breweries.
Yes.
And anyone who collaborates with Dark Horse.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
Right.
I ironically gave it a 4.1 too. It's well above average. Like most of Mikkeller beers are from a 4 to a 5 for me. They're all so good. He brews so many dark beers, especially here in San Diego. The brewery off Miramar, they're just constantly brewing different beers. Beer Geek, there's so many variations. I love all of them. Yes. So this particular can, it's a little bitter. I wish it was a little sweeter, because we've had some beers from Mikkeller that were so sweet and mapley and vanilla, like that we just love. So I like that they have this many variations of a base beer like Beer Geek. So I give it a 4.1, you give it a 4.1. Obviously, Gumbo Mud Reviews a 4.1. We love this beer. We love Mikkeller. Like, it's really good. I think people that like espresso a little more than like chocolate latte or something like that, a little sweeter, would love this beer because it's on the bitter side, but it's not an overpowering bitter, right?
I wish all breweries would do, like AleSmith does this, Mikkeller does this. Like, once you have a near to perfect beer, just run with it and make variations of it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's brilliant. And you keep your audience and the beer lovers wanting more. So.
And different variations. So for us, you don't want to have the same beer all the time. You want to try something different and have a Beer Geek that has Ethiopian coffee or Costa Rican coffee or Sumatran coffee or Honduras coffee. Like, you want that. You want all those variations. And Mikkeller is such a master brewer that whatever they put out, you want to try. Like, you're not going to be overly surprised of something that's wacky compared to what the can says. What the can says is usually what you get. So
Yes.
Yeah, because we've had some beers that they say one thing and they're completely different. And we're just like, I don't know.
The can is moving.
Look at it. It is moving. Why is it moving?
I don't know.
Look at that.
I thought it was. I thought.
No. Are we having an earthquake?
I thought I had a little too many.
No, it is
beers.
moving.
I'm like, the can.
No, it's moving.
Is moving.
Look at that. Look, it's moving. What's going on right now?
I thought it was me.
No, it's moving.
Oh God.
It's moving.
Things.
Did you min wax the bar? What did you do? Like, we're not having an earthquake. Nothing's moving.
I know.
But the can is moving. That's crazy. So anyway, go find this beer, put it on your counter, and it'll move. Like the dark hose.
The dark hoe on your counter.
The dark hole on your counter will move. So anyway, that's our review, Mikkeller.
It's still moving. This is.
Look at that! Look at it! What's going on?
Okay.
Look, what's going?
This is trippy, you guys.
What's going on?
I don't know. We love you, Mikkeller. Like, are you sending a ghost to do this? This is too much.
This is too much. We gotta finish here because I think our place is haunted.
Yes.
Some ghost loves Mikkeller or dark hose, whatever you want to say. Something's going on because the can is moving. So I hope that's captured on camera.
Good Lord.
That's great.
It's too much. Okay.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
Click the like button if you like. Hit the subscribe button for more dark beers. Kind of mystical, abnormal can movings. Whatever the hell's going on right now, I don't know. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Woo! Bye.
Bye.